top-ranked Georgia Gym Dogs enter tonight's meet looking to bounce back from a loss to fourth-ranked Michigan in their last meet. If Georgia hopes to fulfill their ambitions of a fourth consecutive national championship, they will have to do it without Courtney Capetz. The two-time NCAA all-around champion is out for the season, and Georgia has yet to win without her. The Gym Dogs will need to step it up if they are to fill the void vacated by their superstar. The 10th-ranked UCLA Bruins are hoping to elevate their performance after a third-place finish in a quad meet last time out. They are aiming to end their regular season with a road victory against the top-ranked team in the nation and prove they are a Super 6 team. The number 10-ranked UCLA Bruins take on number 1 Georgia next. She was the NCAA's top gymnast in 2006 and again in 2007, but an injury has ended Courtney Capetz's season this year, and our team is forced to go on without her. And that will be no easy task today inside the Stegman Coliseum. The top-ranked Georgia Gym Dogs welcome the 10th-ranked Bruins of UCLA as we bring you NCAA Gymnastics here on CNA. Hi, everybody. I'm Greg Murphy alongside Shannon Miller. Welcome to Gymnastics 360 as we get set to showcase two of the top teams in the NCAA. And Shannon, these two teams are top 10 for a reason.
Absolutely. Between these two teams, they have won 10 of the last 11 national titles. So we are going to see some great gymnastics tonight. And
they match up very well. Take a look at some of the national rankings this year. When you look down at it, very close, except maybe perhaps at the floor.
Absolutely. You can see the big discrepancy on floor exercise. UCLA coming in at number 20 while Georgia is number 1. And that's Georgia's last event. So that's where an area where Georgia can pull ahead.
Well, I mentioned the injury to Courtney Capetz and Georgia. It is a blow, no doubt, to the Gym Dogs, but this team is loaded with talent like senior Katie Heenan.
Yes, they are, and they're looking for some of these girls to step up into that leadership role. Katie Heenan is one that can do it. She was second all-time scorer at Georgia with over 2,046 career points. Katie has always been a very consistent athlete, and they are looking to her to step up to the plate and really motivate this team and help them believe that they still can win it.
Yeah, they certainly will be leaning on athletes like Heenan. But on the other side of things, UCLA, certainly, as you mentioned, they are no strangers to winning NCAA titles. They've done it many, many times, and they are led by senior Tasha Schweiker.
Absolutely. Not only is she a 2005 NCAA national all-around champion, she's also a 2000 Olympian and 2003 world champion. This is an incredible story. She has just gotten more and more consistent with her career, hitting the last 27 routines.
Wow.
And if you're an athlete, if you're a gymnast, you understand how incredible that is to be that consistent.
It's going to be a good match. It promises to be a good one today in Athens, Georgia. So stay where you are. It is Georgia and UCLA next on Gymnastics 360 with Shannon Miller. We'll be right back. The Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Georgia. We're getting set for the Georgia Vault coming up, the first rotation. You take a look at the top 6 vaulters for Georgia. Who jumps out at you, Shannon?
Well, certainly Marcia Newby, and as you go down the line, usually you get your better athletes toward the end. I'm interested to see Tiffany Tolney. She's really gained in a lot of confidence, so I'm excited to see how she competes tonight.
And while Georgia is on the vault, UCLA will start on the bars. And again, we've talked about Schweiker, Tasha Schweiker, but Jordan Schweiker on that list as well.
Absolutely, both incredibly consistent athletes, and UCLA is number 2 on uneven bars, ranked in the nation, so they really can give Georgia a run for the money on this event.
So the competition is getting underway, and we will start with Paige Burns of Georgia. She will start on the vault. Burns, the 5'3" junior from St. Cloud, Florida.
Paige usually competing a Yurchenko full. She'll do a round off onto the board, block off the vault. Nice full twist, a little low, bit chest down on that landing, but when you're first vaulter up, you're trying to get the nerves out. And watch how she hits the block right here. A little bit flat on the block. Again, just a few errors, but it'll be a pretty good score, 9.7.
9.7 for Paige Burns. So a good start for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Move over to the uneven bars. It's Ariana Berlin.
These This gymnast focusing on hitting those handstands, making sure they're hitting those angles. Looked like she tapped her heels on the bar right there. That's going to be a bit of a deduction, and sometimes that can kind of mess with you mentally when you're in the middle of a bar routine and you hit your feet. She seems to be moving through very well, gearing up for this dismount.
Ariana, former walk-on, now on scholarship at UCLA.
Big dismount, full twisting, double bag. Nicely done, trying to hold on to that stuck landing.
So the junior from San Diego, first up for the Bruins, and a solid routine on the bar.
Watch right there. It looks like she hit the bar. That will be a slight deduction, but overall a very solid routine for the first goal up.
As she awaits the judges' scoring on the uneven bars for Ariana Berlin. It was a 9.65 for Ariana, we're told, as we move on to Marcia Newby.
Marcia is going to do a little bit of an interesting vault. She's going to do a half turn with a front. That's what she was warming up. Solid vault. You can see directly in front of the horse. She kept her line. Just a small step forward, and they've got to work on hitting those landings, sticking those landings. Good block off the horse. Nice power. Good job.
The sophomore from Virginia Beach gets a 9.875 on the vault for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Move back over to the uneven bars, Jordan Schweikert.
Jordan, of course, Tasha's sister, and she's very strong on this event. Beautiful handstand. Oh, a little too good, and she went over, and that's going to be tough. She's taking a couple of extra swings, 2 or 3 actually right there. That's going to be, it could be more deduction than it would have been if she'd actually just come off the bar. Beautiful ginger. Shoot to hand. Very nice form throughout this routine, but that is a very difficult start. Full pirouette into a nice double pike, holding that landing. Wow, and that was a gorgeous routine. It's just those big deductions in the start, and they are definitely going to want to drop this score.
Says a lot about the young lady who was able to recover after that and finish her routine strong.
And here she goes. She's swinging. You can count the amount of extra swings, 2 or 3. Beautiful double pike to end the routine.
So there you see it, 9.025 for Jordan Schweikert for UCLA on the uneven bars. So she'll be disappointed with that. So we move back to the vault. Hillary Morrow from Boston, Massachusetts.
I love Hillary. I actually used to go in their gym and train when I lived up in Boston, and she is just a tough little cookie. She works very hard in the gym. Beautiful Yurchenko full, and she is new to this vaulting lineup. Only 1 or 2 competitions. This was a strong vault, and she is just so tiny.
4'7" tiny.
And she has said that she's actually grown another inch since she got to Athens. So I guess we have to say she's 4'8" now.
All right, I will say that from now on. 9.850 for Hillary Morrow from Boston, Massachusetts. And we'll move along to back to the bars where Siobhan Church from UCLA is getting set for her routine. Freshman, 5'2".
Always tough to go up after a miss. The pressure is on, and they know that they need to start getting this lead early on in the competition because, as we discussed, Georgia could easily pull ahead on floor exercise. Beautiful shoot to hand, hip up to the high bar. Nice eagle work in that inverted position, right to a double tuck. Solid routine for UCLA.
So UCLA off to a pretty good start on the uneven bars. We take one more look at Church.
Beautiful double tuck. Nice easy landing. Tiny, tiny hop.
And she gets some congratulations from her teammates. And there you see why. 9.800 on the uneven bars for Siobhan Church. And a good start indeed to both UCLA and Georgia, and more coming up. Rotation number 1 from the University of Georgia. We'll be back at the Stegman Coliseum in just a minute. Nice crowd on hand at the Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Georgia, on the campus of the University of Georgia, as we watch the top-ranked Georgia Gym Dogs taking on UCLA, still in rotation number 1. And back to the vault we go, Cassidy McComb.
this is where you're going to start seeing the scores really heat up. Yurchenko, 1.5 twist. Oh, wow, that was a gorgeous ball. You can tell how happy she is, and so is her coach, Susan Yaklin. Yurchenko, 1.5 twist. Watch her form in the air. It's perfect position. This is a world-class vault.
Sticks the landing as well, and yeah, the Georgia Gym Dogs happy about that one, and for good reason. 9.950 for Cassidy on the vault. Back to the uneven bars and UCLA. It's Christina Comforte, the junior.
UCLA trying to get back on track after Jordan's miss. Nice toe on Shaposh to the high bar. Shoot up to the high bar. Line change to a nice piked Jaeger. She only has the dismount to go. Nice 2 giants. Very nice double layout. Holding on to that landing just long enough to show control.
She's going to like that one as we take another look.
Beautiful position in the air. Nice pike, height above the bar. And there's her double layout. Holding on long enough, and then we're going to step and show the judges a salute.
That's what it takes. 9.775 for Christina. Back to the vault, and Katie Heenan, who we spoke about earlier. From South Riding, Virginia, the senior.
And Katie Heenan is fully capable of posting a 10-0 on this event. Another Yurchenko, full twist. Oh, little hop there. Won't be a 10, but it's going to be a nice high score for the Georgia team.
From the Gym Dogs to show their appreciation for Katie Heenan.
Not as difficult as the 1.5 we just saw, but very clean in the air. It's just that small deduction on the landing.
And the judges think so as well. 9.925 for Katie Heenan. And back to the uneven bars. Tasha Schweikert now.
Beautiful Shaposhnikova up to the high bar. She just makes it look so easy. She is so fluid throughout this routine. Beautiful Tkachev. Giant. Nice high double layout. The judges probably won't see the split in her legs from their angle on the side of the bars. This is going to be a huge score for UCLA. Gorgeous position in the air. Nice landing.
So Tasha Schweikert, yeah, 9.900. So the Bruins will be happy with that one. Tasha Schweikert on the uneven bars. And on the vault now, the junior from Grapevine, Texas, Tiffany Tolnack.
Georgia has had an incredible start on vault so far in this competition. Yurchenko, another Yurchenko, 1.5, and another beautiful vault. Tiffany Tolnack really showing her confidence has grown throughout this season.
Tiffany's certainly another one of the athletes that Georgia's going to have to rely on as they move forward towards the championship. And she showed it right there. 9.950 for Tiffany on the vault.
Season high for Tiffany. That's a great vaulting lineup for Georgia.
And we'll finish up rotation number 1, Anna Lee for UCLA on the uneven vault.
Shaposh bailed a hand. Very nice kip up to the high bar. Full pirouette right into her release move. Beautiful Tkachev. Wow, she gets such great height above the bars. And I love the toe point. Big dismount double layout. The only thing I saw was that hop on the landing. Other than that, what a gorgeous routine. Great way to finish out this rotation for uneven bars.
9.900 for Anna Lee on the uneven bars, and we're off to a really good start. Rotation 1 is in the books. Rotation 2 is on the way. That's coming back. When we come back, it's UCLA taking on Georgia. We'll also do the Making Our Mark segment. It's coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Georgia. The Georgia Gym Dogs leading the UCLA Bruins after one rotation. There you see the scores, 0.5 of a point. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Murphy alongside Shannon Miller. And 0.5 of a point at this point in the competition. Is that a good lead at this point for Georgia?
Well, any lead's a good lead.
Yes,
but
that's a good point.
0.5 isn't that much. I mean, that's a fall right now. So we're looking for, Georgia to really broaden that gap between the two teams.
Thank you, Jeff Sherrill. As we get set for rotation number 2, we're taking a look at the UCLA vault lineup. What jumps out at you there, Shannon?
Well, certainly on vault, Tasha Schweiker, Jordan Schweiker. We're going to see how she deals with that fall in uneven bars and picking that back up. And, of course, Christina Conforti. We're looking to her back after some injuries, so we'll see how she's vaulting.
On the other side, Georgia now will be on the bars.
And Georgia, of course, ranked number 1 in uneven bars. We've got some great routines ahead, some beautiful uneven bars, and great difficulty on that event. Grace Taylor, Katie Keenan, obviously anchoring the team.
All right, so Ariana will start us off. Ariana Berlin, UCLA, her first vault. You see her season high at 9.850.
And I love that they keep track of season highs and career highs because it's a great benchmark for every competition that you go into, trying to beat yourself. And that was a great vault. Tiny deduction on that landing. Good power. You can see her get this block right off the horse. Nice position in the air, legs glued together.
And she's going to be happy with that. A new season high, 9.875 for Ariana Berlin. Good start for UCLA on the vault as we head over to the uneven bars where Georgia's Nikki Childs is getting set. Senior from Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas.
A good breeding ground for gymnastics down there with the Woga gym down there with Nastia Luka and Carly Patterson, the Olympic champion. And this is a great bar routine so far. Ginger inside looked like. Half pirouette. Step up soul circle to the high bar. Georgia, again, the number 1 team on this event. First athlete up, nails her routine. Slight problem on that landing, but other than that, a great start for Georgia on bars. Right here, we should see the double tuck dismount. Again, just need to work on those landings. Every 10th counts at this point in the season.
A little wobble at the end. 9.775, though, for Nikki Childs as Georgia gets underway on the uneven bars. Melissa Chan is up next from UCLA, junior.
Another Yurchenko full and another step on the landing. And, this is where UCLA could really pull up to Georgia if they were to stick these landings. 5 landings equals those 5/10.
Just the one step for Melissa Chan and 9.800 for Melissa. Back to the bars. Gym Dogs, Abby Stack. North Carolina.
So another hecht over the low bar mount. Jaeger. She's really trying to hit those handstands. Beautiful full pirouette. Hack salto to the low bar. Nicely done. And she is keeping good swing throughout this routine. Full twisting double back. Great dismount. Tiny step with that right leg on the landing. Beautiful routine. Sets it up right here. Full twist, double back, and tries so hard to hold on to that landing.
9.775 for Abby Stack. On the uneven bars, back to the vault, UCLA's Natalie Padilla.
We are looking for a stuck landing here. Natalie warmed up the Yurchenko half front. Very difficult to land. And that was what we call a nice little cheat there. That's more of a show routine landing where she sticks. You have to show a little bit more control in front of the judges before you step to salute. So she's probably still going to get that deduction on the landing.
And there you see it, 9.775. She was selling it, though, Natalie Padilla. And excited about that. 9.775 for her. Courtney McCool from Georgia's getting set on the uneven bar.
And Courtney is somewhat new to the bar lineup, so we're looking to her, but she is just impeccable form in everything that she does, so that's certainly going to help her on this event. She's going to jump up to the backside of the bar. Nice handstand. Starts off with a bang, reverse hecht over the high bar. Full pirouette, shoot to hand. There's really no deduction so far. She is hitting those angles.
Going to stick that landing.
Full twisting, double layout dismount. Again, we're talking world-class gymnastics right here. And the only thing I saw was that tiny, tiny hop on the landing. Position in the air is perfect.
9.875 for the Georgia Gym Dogs, and everybody's liking that one. Nice job by Courtney McCool. We've got more from rotation number 2 coming up after this break. UCLA and Georgia. It's a tight one. Stay where you are on CNA. The Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Georgia. We're in the middle of rotation number 2. Georgia is on the bars, UCLA on the vault, and this is Jordan Schweikert for UCLA.
Yurchenko full twist, bouncing back from the uneven bars miss that she had. Again, another step on that landing. And these landing tents really add up.
As you mentioned, they came into the second rotation 0.5 of a point behind, so every little bit does help. 9.825 for Jordan Schweikert. Tiffany Tolnay on the bars, season high there. You see 9.925 on the uneven bars, so certainly that would help the overall score for Georgia. You see Courtney Capet's in the background there.
And we tend to see, as the lineup moves to the end, we tend to see higher and higher scores being thrown. Bars today seems to be a little bit tight throughout all the gymnasts. That was a beautiful Jaeger. Nice shoot to hand, solid handstand on the low bar. Giant full pirouette. To her blind. Here's her dismount, double front. Again, a little over-rotated, but I think she could throw in a half twist on that and stick it. Here's her dismount. Nice height in the air. Looks for that landing and just takes that step forward.
And judges like it as well. 9.900 for Tiffany Tolnay. And Christina Conforte is back getting ready for the vault. Her season high 9.925 in this event.
I feel like these athletes are trying too hard to stick these landings, and it's causing them to take these steps. Yurchenko full. Chest down a little bit on the landing. She seems excited, but again, just a shuffle of the feet. Watch her right leg when she lands.
I wonder if the judges are influenced by their excitement at the end there.
I think all the gymnasts hope that. We always do. Maybe they won't notice my feet if I cheer really loud.
You cheer really loud. I like it. 9.850 for Christina. Grace Taylor on the bars for the Gym Dogs. Sophomore from Macon, South Carolina.
I love Grace. She's always smiling. She always looks like she's having a blast. And this is a great routine to keep your eyes peeled because she starts off with an exciting move here. Hop to hand. Stalder forward. Shoot over. Nice Stalder work on the low bar. Right here, Komenich. And she catches it. Very good. Winding up for her dismount. Nice, tight, double layout, perfect body position in the air. And again, she's one of those athletes where I think she could throw a full twist in there and be just fine. Beautiful Stalder work to the high bar. There's that Komenich. Hops off the high bar and does the front summy and catches. There's her double layout at the end, taking a couple step backwards. Just has too much power at the end.
So a 9.800 for Grace Taylor. Tasha Schweikert getting set for the Bruins on the vault. 9.950. Her best this season.
Tasha typically does a Yurchenko full. That's what she warmed up, so we'll see what she does tonight. Yurchenko full twist.
Nice.
And that's pretty much as close as you're going to get to a stuck landing on this event without actually sticking it. So this is going to be a good score. There's really no deduction in the air. Her legs are tight together.
Season high was a 9.950, 9.925 this afternoon for Tasha Schweikert from UCLA. And our last competitor in rotation 2 is Katie Heenan. She has scored very well this season on the high bar, or excuse me, on the uneven bar.
And Katie has been a solid athlete for this team, but now she's being looked at as the leader. Without Courtney Coupette's there, someone needed to step up and motivate this team. Nice shoot to hand. For a hip kip up to the high bar. And so far, Georgia has had a great meet tonight. Line change through to double front. And just sits back a little bit in her hips, trying so hard to stick that landing, and that actually causes the step. Right here's her dismount. Nice height above the high bar. Looks for that landing, just has her hips back a little too far.
But a solid routine. Nonetheless, 9.875 for Katie Heenan. And just like that, we are through 2 rotations here on Gymnastics 360. When we come back, rotation number 3 between Georgia and Coliseum in Athens, Georgia. And there you see it. Georgia has a slim lead over UCLA after 2 rotations. I'm Greg Murphy alongside Shannon Miller, and certainly Georgia has the lead, and as you said earlier, any lead's a good lead, but it's certainly not a comfortable one.
It's not a comfortable one. Right now, 49.225 is what Georgia scored on uneven bars. That ties their lowest bar scores for the season, so that's not a good place to be, and certainly at this point in the meet, it's anybody's game.
And give credit to UCLA because they have stepped up, and hey, when you're number 1, everyone's going to come after you, and it looks like that's what UCLA is doing.
That's right. Georgia set the bar, and UCLA is closing in.
And back to the competition, UCLA getting set for the floor, and you're taking a look at their floor lineup, rotation number 3 for the Bruins.
And UCLA, you can see that Tasha Schweikert will not be competing floor. She's been doing the all-around. She's going to take a break and have another athlete going for her. Ariana Berlin, she loves the first place spot. She loves to go up first, and that's very rare, but she's going to set the stage for UCLA.
And Georgia on the other side, the beam lineup for them, all the familiar names, of course.
Hillary Morrow stepping it up, going in that first place position for the Georgia Dogs. And Tiffany Tolnay will also see how that confidence is building through each event during this competition. Grace Taylor, I'm excited to see her balance beam routine. She's excellent on this event, as is Courtney McCool and Katie Heenan.
And here is Megan Dowling, the senior from Rolette, Texas.
And as you mentioned, Hillary Morrow already competed. She received a 9.85, so a good start for the team. Balance beam, always the feared event, 4 inches wide, 16 feet long. This will be her flight series right here. Back handspring, layout step out. Oh, and she is off the beam. Not a good position to be in when the gap is less than 5/10 because that was a 5/10 fall right there.
So instantly closes the competition up. Stop to think about it, but Megan Dowling back up on the beam.
And Georgia is absolutely going to need to drop this score if they want to stay in that first place position. Cat leap front aerial, nice and solid. We always talk about how difficult it is after a fall early on in your beam routine to get back up on the beam and know that, okay, the team really needs to drop my score, but I still have to keep every 10th I can just in case someone else misses.
Gymnastics very much a team event when you look at it at this level.
Absolutely. Certainly for the college athletes, it's very much more a team event than at any other level. Dismount, 1.5 twist. Holding on to that landing. Again, not happy with that performance.
And tell us what went wrong here.
Well, right here, it's always tough to tell, but it looks like she's dropping that right shoulder and just pulls her right off the beam. That's why you need to keep that low to the beam.
So 9.250 for Megan Dowland, and as you mentioned, Georgia will hope that that is their low score, so they will be able to drop that. As we move over to the floor routine, this is Melissa Chan for the UCLA Bruins. Some upbeat music for Melissa.
Oh, it's a lot more fun, I think, on the floor exercise. You can be a little bit more of a showman, and you can see she's tumbling onto about a 4-inch deep piece of mat, and that's not going to be a deduction. They're allowed to do that. You have a little more variety. You have a little more leeway with your music, your choreography. You can play to the audience a bit more than in elite competition, so that's a little more excitement.
Melissa Chan is a business and economics major at UCLA. Says she hopes to own her own business someday.
Well, that's one of the great things. These athletes, both UCLA and Georgia, and almost all of the collegiate athletes, they certainly are not only great athletes and great sportsmen, women, but also they do very well in their education.
So many of these student athletes are academic All-Americans in addition to being athletic All-Americans. Each and every one, as you look through their personal information, it is amazing to see how successful they are.
I feel like gymnastics gives you that balance where, you know, you have time for school, but you also have time to let go of school and just do this, come flip around, do some double backs. And that was a terrific routine for Melissa Chan, and they have now closed the gap.
So the final pass for Melissa Chan right here. A solid routine on the floor.
Right here, nice high double tucked in. Could have blocked a little bit higher. She's a little bit low in that landing, but pulls it out.
And holds it 9.700 for Melissa Chan and UCLA. As we get set to watch Tiffany Tolnay on the beam.
And after Melissa Chan's performance, they have now closed the gap. They are less than 1/10 apart from each other at this point in the competition.
Certainly anyone's competition right now. There you see it. Shannon just pointed out 117.875 for Georgia and 117.800 for UCLA. So very tight as we move along in rotation number 3.
Beautiful flight series and leap series earlier in her balance beam routine. Such a beautiful gymnast to watch. She's just so solid on this event. Front summy.
Tolnay, an 8-time All-American. Teammates call her Tito. And at this point, do the gymnasts know just how close this competition is?
I have a feeling they do, especially in a team competition like this. There's so much strategy involved. Lacking a little bit on the flexibility in these split leaps. They need to see 180 degrees for these judges to give full credit. But absolutely, I think when you're in a team competition, you have to know where you stand and what you need and who's next up in the lineup. Good routine, nice solid routine, good comeback for Tiffany Tolnay.
Take another look at Tito.
Handspring. Handspring, step out, handspring, feet together, double tuck dismount.
And a 9.850 for Tiffany Tolnay and the Gym Dogs as they compete in front of the hometown crowd. More to come in rotation number 3 in a competition that is really, really tight. UCLA and Georgia. Stay with us. Welcome back. Greg Murphy and Shannon Miller. And you want national championships? We've got national championships. Georgia and UCLA combining. Look at that for, 13 national championships? It's amazing.
It's incredible. And, of course, Georgia having the last 3, 05, 06, and 07, looking for a 4th this season.
And before them, you see, 2003 and 04, it was the Bruins. So 2 of the, obviously, elite programs with 2 elite coaches as well. It doesn't really get any better than this at the collegiate level.
No, it's incredible. And between the 2 teams, they also have 3 Olympians, 2 of them competing tonight, 1 on each team.
25 years for Suzanne Yakulin and Valerie Cummins-Field, 18 years for UCLA. So some great coaches as well as Grace Taylor gets set for her beam routine.
And I love her mount. Reminiscent of the old Dominic Moziano mount. Setting up for her series. One arm back handspring, lay out to 2 feet. Beautiful. And she is excellent on this event.
Career best 9.925 on the beam for Grace Taylor, a sophomore from Aiken, South Carolina.
Incredible flexibility. That's pretty impressive right there. Nice full turn, leg held above horizontal, right to a gainer layout step out. Difficult combination.
In 2007, she finished second in the balance beam in the NCAAs.
Beautiful front aerial. And she is just rock solid on this routine. Only dismount to go, handspring, double twist. Wow, nailing that landing. Oh, this is going to be a huge score. I will be very surprised if this isn't around the 10-0 area.
They're calling for a 10. The crowd is calling for a 10. Grace Taylor showing why she is a two-time All-American on the balance beam. And
the crowd knows good gymnastics when they see it. That was excellent.
And 9 points, just short of the 10, 9.975. She gets some excited congratulations from her coach, Suzanne Jacqueline. Good stuff for Grace Taylor, and that certainly will help Georgia try to rebuild that lead that they've lost here in rotation number 3 as we get set to watch Ashley Jenkins on the floor.
Round off whip directly to a double pike. Big opening pass. Nice and solid on that landing. And this has been a tough day in tough weather. The UCLA team actually had to go down to their hotel basement a couple of times before getting to the meet, which happened to be delayed. They've had all the tornado storms and all of that to deal with. But this is a sold-out crowd. Not all of them could make it through the weather, but the diehards are here.
Ashley says that this is her favorite event in the competition on the floor.
And you can always tell when it's their favorite event because you can, their eyes light up, they play to the audience, they play to the judges a little bit more. You see that performer come out.
Coming off of what Grace Taylor just did on the beam, she's maybe feeding off the energy of the crowd as well.
Ashley is a Canadian national team member. She competed at the 2005 World Championships before coming to UCLA.
Mater Dei High School in California. Very well known for all their high school athletics. A great routine for Ashley Jenkins of UCLA on the floor. Take a look at her final pass.
Round off back handspring, nice high double tuck to finish. And they know they need to step it up in these last 2 events.
Well, Ashley Jenkins with a 9.900, which is her career best. Good job for Ashley Jenkins as we move back to the beam and Katie Heenan. So far, a very solid day for Katie Heenan.
This is great. If you can build on Grace Taylor's score, which doesn't leave much room for building other than that 10-0, this is a great place to do it. Nice flight series for Katie. Straddle jump, sheep jump. You can see Katie Coupette sitting in the background cheering her teammates on. And she is determined to still be a motivator even if she can't be out there competing with her team. Nice solid punch front.
Her season high, 9.925 on the balance beam. Certainly she would take that or something even higher this afternoon.
And there have been no big deductions so far in this routine. All she has left is the dismount. Round off, double twist, sticking that landing. Finally, we see some stuck landings. That's an excellent routine.
You can see the excitement in the gym dogs. They're starting to feel it a little bit. Building off of Grace Taylor, this is Katie Heenan. She sticks the landing, and a 9.950 for Katie Heenan And that's got to feel good.
And that's what we see from Georgia. You know, when you can't count them out, because when they have a problem, when they have an obstacle, they come back, and they come back harder and faster and better than ever.
Megan Dowland, who started the beam routine with a fall, is probably feeling great now, watching her teammates pick her up. That's what it's all about in team competition, as we get set to watch Jordan Schweikert on the floor for UCLA.
Absolutely, and Jordan is wonderful in this event. She can throw a big score. Starting off with a nice high double pike. Perfect landing. And these athletes absolutely have to be aware of how close this competition is.
Her season high, a 9.875, the senior from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice high double tuck. Again, no deductions on the landing. Now, we mentioned UCLA being ranked 20th in this event. Now, a lot of that's due to difficulty level, but if you can hit a clean routine, you can still throw a big score. Getting her turn and leap series in there. And she has one tumbling pass to go, setting up for the big one. Round off 1.5 twist, punch half, right to a Shishinova.
Wow. Some flair to finish it off for Jordan Schweikert.
Great job for Jordan.
UCLA teammates are excited. This is a look at her first pass. Got things started for Jordan.
Right here, nice tight double pike, perfect on the landing.
And it's a new season high for Jordan Schweikert. So she answers back, 9.925 for the senior from UCLA. So that keeps the competition tight as we head to rotation number 4. We're back at the Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Georgia in just a minute. Good stuff from Philadelphia. Back in Georgia as we take a look at rotation number 4, UCLA's beam lineup, and they have some work to do, and these are the 6 gymnasts that are going to try and do it.
They do, and this is going to be the toughest round because the teams are so close, but also because Georgia is so great on floor exercise, so they're really going to have to step it up on balance beam.
Yeah, take a look at the Georgia floor lineup, and we mentioned at the top of the show that they are ranked number 1 in the nation on the floor, so it will be tough for UCLA to try and catch them at this point. And we're going to start with the competition, and starting on the beam for UCLA is Christina Comforte. Season high 9.850 on the beam, and they are going to need those scores at this point to make a run at the Gym Dogs.
And it must feel good to be back in action. Comforti was out most of last season due to shoulder and ankle injuries, but this 2-time All-American is healthy, and she is ready to go.
She's from Burr Ridge, Illinois. She's a big Chicago Bears fan.
Switch sleeve, handspring, layout, step out. Nice series. Tiny, tiny wobble. More of a balance check than anything. Jump to a sheep jump. Heels need to be right at head level or above. Nice gainer, full twist, stuck landing off the side of the beam. Very nice routine, solid start.
We mentioned her season high was 9.850. She may, and she does indeed, beat that. 9.900 for Christina. That's exactly what UCLA needed to get started on the beam. Meanwhile, getting ready for the floor event is Cassidy McComb from Georgia.
And Cassie's competing just floor and vault today, so she's had a long wait to kind of sit and get cold between vault and floor. That's always tough on an athlete, but she looks like she's ready to go.
Some of the gymnasts that she idolized growing up, a young woman named Shannon Miller. Apparently was pretty good. That's got to be nice.
Well, that was a nice double pike to open. It's nice that these girls were actually bored when I competed.
You know, there's videotape of your performances.
That was a beautiful triple turn in the corner.
just a freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Cassidy. And I guess, Shannon, in a lot of ways, that's why Georgia is so good, because year in and year out, these freshmen come in and they make a difference in the team competition.
Absolutely. They get them in, they compete early, they get them in the lineups and shuffle them through, making sure they get some competition experience. They put them in exhibition situations. But it also doesn't hurt that, the leaders and the motivators of your team are past Olympians, past NCAA national champions. And to be able to look at them every single day and see their work ethic every single day, that's pretty good.
All under the leadership of Suzanne Yakelin. 25 years in Georgia.
2.5 punch front. Wow, that was a great last tumbling pass. And this is why Georgia is ranked #1 on the floor exercise.
Take a look one more time at Cassidy's final pass.
Beautiful. 2.5 twists in the air, legs nice tight together in that front summy.
9.925 for Cassidy McComb. Terrific score for Georgia. Back on the beam for the Bruins is Jordan Schweikert. 9.900 has been her best so far this year.
UCLA absolutely has to hit and minimize any of those deductions and landings and execution errors. Flight series, handspring, layout, step out. Nice and solid. Right here, I like this series. Switch leap to Shishnova on the beam. She has a little bit more interesting balance beam routine. She throws some different skills in there that you don't see a lot. Just like this one. She kind of does a step in front summy with a quarter turn. It's not really a side summy. It's not really a front summy. But it looks good and she nailed it. Coming up on her dismount. This is a big one. Round off. 1.5 twists, and I apologize. I thought she was going to do a bit more difficult dismount. She did the 1.5, sticking that landing.
So she gets congratulations from her teammates. Jordan Schweikert's score on the beam, 9.850 for Jordan. And back to the floor, Katie Heenan.
And this is a great event for Katie. She is excellent on floor exercise, and she can throw a big score if she hits.
We just showed you the graphic. 39.725 is her career high in the all-around. If she were to score a 9.975, which is no easy task, or higher in this routine, she would set a new career high as well. So a terrific day so far for Katie Heenan.
And she had a great opening pass, front with a double twist punch front, coming back with a nice double pike. And there's just no deduction so far. She is giving nothing away. She has just come so far in her showmanship and really performing these routines. You can see the smile, you can see the connection with the audience and the judges. And if you get the right camera angle, you see all the Georgia dogs lined up there. There you go. Watching the routine. Part of the time they'll be doing the routine with her.
And the other shot we just had showed her playing right to the judges in one of the corners right there. So showmanship, certainly a big part of it, especially, I would imagine, in the floor exercise.
I think you get extra tense if you're confident enough in what you're doing to make eye contact with the judges.
Confidence not a problem this afternoon for Katie Heenan. She has been marvelous, and the floor routine, no exception.
And let's take a look at this replay of her second tumbling pass. Nice high double pike, legs glued together. No deduction on the landing.
I mentioned a 9.975 is what she needed to tie her career high for the all-around, and she does that. 9.975 for Katie Heenan on the floor, but we still have more for rotation number 4 coming up from the Stegman Coliseum. Will Georgia hold on? We'll find out next. Stay with us. Take a look at the top 10 national rankings as we welcome you back to Athens, Georgia. And there you see it, Georgia up top at number 1. UCLA right now in 10th position, but with their eyes on getting into that top 6, Shannon.
Absolutely. Getting into that top 6 so they can get into the final round at NCAAs. But there are a lot of tough teams. You see in there Utah, Florida, Michigan. Those are all going to be very tough teams to beat. UCLA
performing very well today against the nation's top team, though. And we are finishing up rotation number 4. And here's Tasha Schweikert on the beam for UCLA, 9.900, her season high.
And Tasha will actually be inducted into the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame this summer as part of the gold medal winning 2003 World Championship team. So congratulations to Tasha for that, and hoping also to make it a win for tonight with this balance beam routine.
And interesting enough about Tasha, she was the 2005 NCAA all-around champion as a freshman, which is amazing.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you come off the Olympic Games and...
Feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence going on there. Tiny bobble on that front summy. And what a great crowd. Not all of them could make it here tonight, but they have been, the ones that have been here have been loud and crazy and just excited to see good gymnastics.
Watching a 7-time All-American and Tasha Schweikert on the beam for the Bruins of UCLA.
And she's had a couple bounce checks, but nothing major throughout this routine, so this can still be a very big score. She needs to stick this dismount, round off, 1.5 twist, and she has done it.
So a nice finish for that routine for Tasha Schweikert. And as you mentioned, go ahead, on the final pass, the dismount.
1.5 twist, always tough to land that forward moving, and there you go with the score, very nice.
9.900 for Tasha Schweikert, and as you mentioned before, I was going to say that they know exactly where they are in this competition, so they know what they need to get in order to catch the Georgia Gym Dogs, and Tiffany Tolnay is going to do her best not to let them catch as she gets ready for her floor routine.
That's right, and Tiffany has a huge first tumbling pass. Little double went down to Georgia.
There you go.
Get the crowd going. Opening double pass. Arabian double front, huge, and we can't see from where we are whether she stayed in bounds, but I think she did. I did not see a judge raise a flag. 2.5 twist, punch front. And she just has so much power.
Another one of the gymnasts just having a terrific day, Tolnay.
She really is, and this routine has so much difficulty packed into it, and that's what the judges want to see. If they're going to give out these 9.975s, these, you know, if you want to get anywhere near a 10.0, then you really have to have the difficulty and the execution.
Tolnay's season high on the floor, 9.900. Looking to best that today.
It's always nice to post a career or a season high when you're on your home turf. Beautiful double pike, nailed it, and she knows she has rocked this routine.
Nice to nail it right in front of the judges' table, and let's take some high fives from the Gym Dogs.
All of these incredible tumbling passes. Here's her last pass. Beautiful double pike. Sticks it, no problem.
And that's a season best for Tiffany Tolnay. 9.950 for her. And you get the feeling that Georgia knows exactly where they are in this competition and plans to stay on there. As Anna Lee gets set to start her routine on the beam for UCLA. Sophomore from Aurora, Illinois.
Beautiful front aerial beat jump. And this is a lot of pressure. They know they need every single 10. And they're just so close. You know, here's number 10 coming in with number 1, and they are so close to beating them. And the last time that UCLA beat Georgia on Georgia's home turf was 2004. So they'd like to make it a little bit closer than that, maybe tonight.
And that was the last time that UCLA won a national championship as well.
Flight series handspring layout, step out, tiny balance check. outstanding freshman year where she placed 4th at NCAAs. Double twist dismount, little trouble in that landing. Probably not going to be the score they want, but it is a solid score. No major breaks.
KC at 9.850 for Anna Lee for UCLA. Back on the floor now, Courtney McCool, sophomore from Lee's Summit.
Courtney is currently ranked #1 in this event. Talk about having the ability to throw a score at the end of the night to anchor your team. She is so beautiful to watch. 2.5 twist, punch, front full. You can watch her dance. I mean, she uses her fingers, her toes. She has all these intricate dance moves that you can see.
You mentioned she's ranked #1. She was the NCAA regional floor exercise champion a year ago.
And her mom, Linda, is in the audience watching tonight, so that's extra special.
On 4 different occasions, she scored a 9.950 on the floor. So certainly you can expect great things when Courtney's out there doing the floor exercise.
Whip double full. And again, I've just seen no deductions so far.
See, as you mentioned before, the Gym Dogs are teammates in the background.
I had trouble remembering my routine, much less anyone else's.
When in doubt, they just clap. We're watching something pretty special. Courtney McCool out here on the floor.
She is gearing up for her last tumbling pass, taking a nice deep breath, getting ready in the corner. And this is it. This could seal the deal right here. Front handspring, double twist, and she nails it. This is going to be a big score.
Oh, and the crowd, as you mentioned before, appreciates great gymnastics. They just saw some right there. Courtney McCool on the floor for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Take a look.
What a great routine right here. Whip to double full directly. And she's nailing every one of those landings, minimizing any kind of deductions.
And they just posted her score. Can you guess? Yes. 10-0 for Courtney McCool. Wow, what an exclamation point for the Georgia Gym Dogs.
And that is Courtney's first career 10.0.
She gets hugs and congratulations from her teammates. And she may have wrapped it up for the Georgia Gym Dogs as well. When we come back, the final results. Stay with us. Welcome back, and there you see it, the final team results. And the #1 ranked team in the country, the Georgia Gym Dogs, get past UCLA. 197.900 for Georgia, 196.925 for UCLA. It was close throughout, Shannon. And if you look down there at the bottom, it looks like maybe floor was the difference, which is what we talked about in the beginning, but you have a different perspective.
Well, you know, I think floor obviously makes a difference. There's half a tenth there. Now, UCLA lost by less than a point, but I look back at the first 2 events and say, you know, look at stuck landings. If they would have stuck 5 landings on bars, if they would have stuck 5 landings on some vault, there's your point right there.
And certainly when the going got tough for Georgia, we saw why they are champions, and they really turned it on, and they were led by Katie Heenan.
Absolutely, led by Katie Heenan. Obviously, her athletic ability and her leadership. After Megan's fall on the beam, they really bounced back, and I think that's where you really see Georgia's heart come out. They're in it to win it.
Well, we got a chance to talk to Georgia's head coach right afterwards, Suzanne Yakulin. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Megan fell in the 2nd position, and that does put a lot of stress on the rest of the team. But our gymnasts in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th spot have been competing all year. They have a tremendous amount of confidence, and, you know, you can see the results. I mean, they just picked it up one after another, and we've been waiting to really put together a meet like tonight.
You can see the excitement, and as they build towards the postseason in gymnastics, they have one more regular season event to go. They're starting to feel it, and they know that they can win now without Courtney Kupets. Katie Heenan, as I mentioned, was terrific tonight. She tied a career high for her all-around score. Let's take a look at some of her events today, and really, she started off on the vault and never looked back.
Absolutely. She is such a strong leader for this team in voice and in spirit and in her athletic ability, and she did a great job tonight. And absolutely, they talk about, Courtney Krebs is not replaceable. You just can't replace a girl like that. But at the same time, they're showing their strength, and they're showing that, hey, this Georgia team is not going to go away easily.
And it's no real surprise that Katie Heenan able to step up, and there you see it. Second all-time on Georgia's all-time total point list, right behind Corey Frissinger, and she's got a real chance to catch her as well, and maybe be number one of all time.
Absolutely. This is her second all-around win of this season, and she's looking for more.
So after a career day for Katie Heenan, we got a chance to talk with her about her day and also about stepping up with the absence of Courtney Krebs. Take a listen.
I think what happened was on beam, Suzanne came over to me and said, expect it. And I was like, yeah, of course, you got to expect it, no doubt in yourself. And that's when it kind of clicked and I got into the groove, and I was just having so much fun out there. Courtney is irreplaceable, of course, but we have people stepping in, and I never doubted it once, and now we're not going out quietly.
You wouldn't think. That's two-time national champions, or three-time national champions, I should say. Don't go out quietly. And what a day for Katie. And the interesting thing is, when you think about it, she didn't win one individual event, but she was consistent throughout.
That's right. And consistency, that's what we said at the beginning of the program. Consistency is key. You have to be sticking those landings. You have to minimize those execution deductions, and you have to stay on the equipment.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. That's going to do it for our coverage of collegiate gymnastics. We sure hope you enjoyed the show. The top-ranked Georgia Gym Dogs escaped tonight with a narrow win over UCLA. Now for Shannon Miller, I'm Greg Murphy, and we hope to see you next time on Gymnastics.